I'm Matt with eTrailer. If you have a 2023 GMC Yukon XL and you're trying to haul a trailer behind you, but you need a little bit of a drop, then the eTrailer 2-inch ball with a 4-inch drop is going to be a great option for you. So let's check it out. This is going to be great if you're trying to haul anything that's less than 7,500 pounds, and we'll talk a little bit more about the specs of it later on. And what I really like about it too is that it already comes pre-torqued down, so you don't have to worry about tightening anything into place. You can just put it in your hitch and you can go. Now the one downside to that though is this is in a drop position. If the occasion ever did come up where you needed a 4-inch rise, then you would actually have to flip this around, take off this nut and bolt, flip it over, and retighten it down. But when you retighten it down, you just gotta make sure you put it back into its torque specification. And most people aren't going to have the tools to do that, so you'll either have to go to some shop or rent out a tool to do that. But for the most part, if you're getting a ball mount that has a 4-inch drop, you're probably not going to need a 4-inch rise. And this is going to be pretty straightforward to put into your hitch. You just need to make sure you have a 2-inch receiver. And then you just put in your pin and clip. And what I like about these pin and clips is they use the same coating as a ball mount, and that's going to be a black nickel plating. And what I like about this plating is it not only gives it a pretty clean look overall, but with time, when you're using this to connect to your coupler, it's probably going to get scratched up. And what's nice about this design is it helps those scratches be less noticeable. Now we can really dive into the specifications of this ball mount. Like I said earlier, this is going to be a 2-inch ball. We do have a 2 5/16 on our website too, but that's going to be on a 2-inch drop. So just make sure you're looking at what type of balls we have. And this is going to have a 7,500 pound towing capacity. So what that means is that's going to be the amount of weight that this can handle pulling behind it. It's also going to have a 750 pound tongue weight. And the real difference there is the tongue weight is going to be the amount of pressure that's being applied downwards. So just make sure this falls within the specifications of whatever you're hauling, or whatever you're hauling falls within these specifications. It's also important to check what your hitch is rated for as well. But now we can get a few measurements just to see how this is going to live back here. So the first one I'm going to get is going to be from the ground to the top of the ball, just to see how this is going to interact with your trailer. And this is going to be at about 23 inches. So if this is either too high or too low, then I'd recommend checking out some other ball mounts. But if it's just right, you should be good. And then for our distance from our back bumper, we're going to go from the back bumper to the center of the ball, and that's going to be at about 4.5 inches, which isn't a whole lot of space. So something to think about is when you're backing up to your coupler, if you're not careful, this could make contact with the back bumper, and because there's not a lot of room or wiggle room to work with here. Now, if that is a concern for you, then I'd recommend checking out the eTrailer adjustable ball mount. Because what's nice about this is if I place this roughly where the other one is sitting, this sticks a lot further out. So you're going to have a little bit more play when you're placing down your coupler. What's also nice is when you are like hauling a trailer, and let's say something happens and you're hauling a different trailer for some reason, you might need a different rise or drop. This is going to be really easy to accommodate that rise or drop. You can just take out these 2 pins, lower it down, or you could flip this around and put it into the rise position too. And what's nice is earlier I said there is another ball mount that has a 2 5/16 ball, but it's only in a certain drop. Well, this is nice because you have the 2-inch one and the 2 5/16 one on the same ball mount. But at the end of the day, this is going to be great if this fits your needs for whatever drop you're facing with your trailer. But that was just a look at the eTrailer 2-inch ball mount with a 4-inch drop on the back for 2023 GMC Yukon XL. I'm Matt. Thanks for watching.